Okay, I'm here with Shallee McArthur. She has a debut novel coming out in November called The Unhappening of Genesis Lee. It's we're really excited about. So Shallee, tell us a little bit about your book, like what's it about and everything.
It is about a girl who has been genetically modified to store her memories in external objects, and she has to hunt down a memory thief with the help of the only person she's ever forgotten.
Cool. Awesome. So is there a specific author or a book that influenced you to become a writer?
Yes, and it's the same book that actually kind of inspired this book. It was The Giver by Lois Lowry.
Oh, cool.
In, I think it was like 4th grade or 5th grade or something, I read it. And it was like the first book that I ever read that made me realize like that I don't even know how to explain it. It was the first book that really like struck me deeply as a child, and especially with the ending, realizing that like everything wasn't, wrapped up nicely, and that it just made me think so much deeper than any other book ever had. And I knew from that moment that I wanted to write a book of my own someday, and that I wanted to write a book that dealt with memory, and so I did.
Wow, cool. So this has been a long, lifelong kind of project.
Sort of. The book actually didn't come to fruition, I guess, until something my husband said to me a couple of years ago. My mom really forms like attachments to objects, and so like, she'll hold up this thing and be like, "This is the first brush that I ever combed your hair with as a baby." And my husband commented, "Wouldn't it be cool if we could store our memories of an object in that object?" And I was like, oh! So that, in combination with my grandmother was dealing with Alzheimer's and was forgetting, everything. And those things, plus always having wanted to write a memory book, kind of all came together.
Awesome. I'm getting way excited about your book now.
Thanks.
Cool. All right. So what is the best and the worst thing about the writing process for you?
Oh, the best and the worst. Right now I'm going to say the worst is the first draft. I love writing first drafts because I love like the creativity of like, oh my gosh, I could do this cool thing. But they're really, really hard for me. Like just sitting down and putting the words on the blank page is like the hardest part of the process for me. And I love revisions. I feel like I'm in a minority when I say that because so many people always talk about how they hate revisions. But I love because I put things on the page and they're never quite what I mean to say right at first. And I love being able to revise and being like, that is what I meant to say. And I love that.
Cool. Well, you're not alone. I've heard a few other authors say that.
Well, that's good.
First drafts, not fun. Cool. So, are you part of a writing group, and how's that helped you if you are?
Yes. It's kind of evolved gradually. My first and main writing group, I met up with back like 4 years ago, and more than anything else, I would say that writing group is what helped improve my writing to the point where it was actually publishable. They were absolutely incredible. I learned so much about the writing process and about myself as a writer with that group, and it kind of, has changed formats as the years have gone by, how we critique things, and I've gained other critique partners as well, but I couldn't do any of this without a writing group. My writing groups and beta readers are always the first people to see my stuff, and they're always the ones who can be like, this thing right here, no. And I'm like, dang it, I knew it. But I really, truly, I wouldn't be much of a writer at all without a writing group.
Cool.
So everyone get one.
Is it hard to take the criticism sometimes?
My writing group actually was appalled when I told them this, because when I first started meeting with them, every time we met, I would go home and I would cry.
Oh.
And I was like, they hate me, I'm such a terrible writer. Because it's hard, especially because we met in person and they'd be like, so I was reading this thing, and this right here, I just didn't get it, and I just felt like it wasn't working, and I'd be like, oh, okay. And it's hard, like whether you hear it in person or whether you hear it on paper or on email or whatever, because that's, hard work that you put into that, and it means a lot to you. But it still hurts a little bit, but it doesn't hurt as bad, because I've come to see it as like more of a, this is what's not working, not necessarily this is bad.
Okay, cool. That makes me feel bad. My writing group's scared to send me anything because I'm mean. Yeah, so that makes me feel sad, but I don't know, I should be nicer. Alright, do you consider yourself a plotter or a pantser?
I would have said plotter just a few months ago. I started out as a pantser, and just all I wrote ever was first drafts, and then discovered the magic of planning ahead, and I thought I couldn't write any other way, and then with my most recent book I tried to plot it out, and I was like, I have no idea what this book is going to be. So I just sat down and started writing, and it was really, really hard. And so on that one I didn't actually plot it out until after the first draft, or I guess like 3/4 of the way through the first draft. So I'm kind of both. I'm a mix.
Wow, I've never met a mix before.
It's hard, but it's fun.
Cool. Okay, I'm gonna ask you about your writing habits. You ready?
All right, let's hear it.
Okay. What's your writing playlist? What do you like to listen to?
I actually don't like to listen to music while I write.
Oh yeah. Just silence.
Yeah, I like to listen to music before I write though. With a lot of my books, especially once I get to the revision process, I'll have a playlist, and I have specific songs that will like fit different moods of different scenes, and so I'll listen to those songs ahead of time. Linkin Park was very influential in the unhappening of Genesis Lee, and so I listened to a lot of Linkin Park before writing Genesis Lee.
That's funny. Cool. All right. What's your go-to writing snack?
It used to be chocolate raisins, and I can't have chocolate anymore because I found out I'm allergic to it.
Oh.
So I'm searching for a new writing snack. If anyone has any tips, send them my way. Non-chocolate.
Oh, that stinks.
Yeah.
You might have to go the salty route.
I know. That's not a bad option.
Yeah. All right. Where's your favorite place to write?
Probably my office in my house. I have a whole little office just dedicated to my writing, and like I was able to put all of these things on my desk that inspire me, and like my favorite pictures on the wall. I have this cool picture of Belle in Beauty and the Beast where she's sitting on the fountain reading her book with the sheep around her, and it's like hand drawn, and so things like that just that can kind of inspire me when I need a break.
Awesome. That sounds nice.
It's very nice. I love having my own space.
Yeah, with a door you can close.
Exactly. The children still bang on the door, but children can't come in the door.
Nice. All right. Okay, so do you have any hidden talents or anything other than writing or that you like to do?
Hidden talents. It's not really hidden, I guess, but I love to play the piano.
Oh, cool.
I really enjoy playing the guitar, but I actually haven't played it in quite a long time. It's kind of hard because every time I pull it out, the children want strum all over it. I like to draw, but I'm really terrible at it. So mostly I just do it for kicks.
Cool. So I can't play the guitar. I can't get calluses on my fingers, or I can't play my clarinet.
Yeah, that's the hard part. Starting back up a guitar, it hurts.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks for letting me interview you. I'm really excited about your book, and I'm really excited that you're going to join the ranks of Utah authors.
Well, I'm excited to join those ranks.
It's great. Okay. Well, this is it. This is Cammie's Library Thoughts with Shallee McArthur, and happy Utah Book Month.